Hey, so I wanted to just do a quick video to share this project that I've been working on for quite some time, but I decided to keep working on today. And it's these. So it's just these aluminum panels made out of, as you might guess, the cans. Now, basically this started just because I really love the art, the just decorative art on the cans are so cute, and you see a lot of recycling art everywhere, just like flattened cans, but I want the whole image, not just the colors. So the goal is to make a bunch of these, maybe square them out a little better, and lay them like tiles. You could put them on a wall somewhere or something like that. So it's very time consuming. It's very fucking sharp, these aluminum edges like this, and very loud to do. You can hear this piece. That's an already flattened piece. Most of the time when I successfully have these things all the way cut out, they end up starting here. So you'll see the edge here looks terrible. This is horrible. So I'd have to cut the bottom of that. And just to give an example about how annoying this sound is, I'm going to do a little... Jesus. You gotta be so careful too. Not only to get the edge looking better, but also because now you just have little aluminum flakes. And ow! So I tend to have a garbage bag pretty handy. Now the getting the panel part out, and after I've essentially flattened the curved piece that I've just corrected the edges of, getting that actual panel is also a huge pain in the ass. So normally what I have to do is I'm going to do my best with this can here that I get fairly often. I think I already have a duplicate of, so if I mess it up, but I don't really care. But you have to essentially get a good old pair of scissors that you really don't care about. These have been beat up. They're basically like my kitchen shears. And you just find the curved edge up top, because that's not going to be part of the design that you can keep, and just sort of choose the spot you know will cut out. I hear this label. I'm not using it. That's going to be out of the final design. And very carefully, don't stab yourself. I should probably use a better implement for this. Oh, that noise. Stab the scissor in. And then take this down. Again, I don't really care about the edges along the nutritional information, so if that looks a mess, whatever. But the absolute hugest pain in the ass part of this is the bottom, because the metal here is a lot thicker to be able to support the bottom where the weight usually goes, rather than the top. Even though this is curved and this is curved, this one's worse. So I'm kind of refreshing myself a little bit right here, but while the pros and cons of this, of like my next steps would be, I can either cut off the top so I have more flexible room to be able to open the can up and work, so it's a little easier down here, but then I'm dealing with a bunch of ragged, sharp aluminum edges, like a lot worse, or I try to do the bottom now and just cut all that off in one go. And most of the time when I've tried to do the bottom first, I just completely screw it up. It looks terrible. Like I have some, that's where these really beat up edges will come from, because of me just forcing the scissors through the thicker metal. It sounds horrible, and it just makes to where I'm going to be losing a lot of design too, because when I want to cut off all those ragged edges, I might lose more part of the A. I'm already, most of the time, going to lose a lot of the lowercase a on the end, but when you lose the bigger one here, I'm like, what am I doing? And then we start getting to where it's a lot harder to keep the same size with everything. So on this one, I'm going to do the top. I'll just do this when I'm focusing. Oh my god. And more horrible noises to come. Right. I should wear gloves, maybe goggles. Oh boy. It does take a little finagling because the scissors do get caught in some places, so you have to pull it out, do it again. Woo! I have this. I don't have a use for these. Oh, I should keep the pop top for Toodles. He collects these. Hi, Cookie. That's a lot of noise, isn't it? It's very spooky. Right now, so that would be a pretty serious problem. Now, trying to cut into the bottom, like I said. Now, that didn't give me a whole lot of give to do the top first, but I can at least do that. And then as I keep cutting, that's going to mean that this pulls away and gives me more space. So I'm going to do my darndest on the first cut. Again, the start, because is in the nutritional facts area, doesn't matter if that's super perfect, but the rest of the cuts, I have to try and keep it as nice as I can. So that means really avoiding going down more the curve, because it's going to get basically a lot more ragged if I keep doing that. Something I messed up right now is I should have probably cut the curved part on the top of the can off first, because now when I'm opening this up, like I mentioned would do earlier, this piece still wants to keep tighter, so it does give me less of the space that I originally intended. Really? Her current blanket location was insufficient, so okay, understandable. I'm sorry to disturb you. Let me get back to it. I may go back and do the top if this gets too difficult, because I really worry about cutting myself. But we'll do what we can. Horrible noise. And it's really important, ow, to keep angling the scissors, because it will keep trying to force the scissors to scoot upwards and inwards. So you get a lot of these little curly peels. I can't see it. Oh, you can't really see it there, but the aluminum is curling off, and it creates little sharp points. So I've done pretty good on this one. I have definitely done some other cans where I really messed that up and it was painful. Past a certain point, it's just easier to come back the other direction. So I'm going to do that here. And then these final parts are this loud. Don't need anything to do with this, although it could probably be made to a pretty neat art project, but I'm trying to cut down space here. I don't need more things. So, sort of, not quite. We're almost to this point here. So I'm going to cut off the top curve now. I have so much more open space to work with. It just makes my life a lot easier. And I really try to stay along like the highest ridge point to maintain the maximum art visibility, I mean. Now, I don't have to be quite as careful with that, because I'm still going to have some of the pieces where when the scissors are closing and reopening, the aluminum spirals out with the little curlicues more. But I'm just getting the top piece off, and then I will refine the edge in a moment here. So lots of little aluminum bits, lots of them, yes. Many shinies. I don't want to mess it up too bad. I'm probably not showing this enough, but priorities, I guess. Safety. Don't need that. Alright. That's a hell of a lot closer. So now I'm going to finish up the edges. On some of these ones that I haven't flattened out already, you'll see that the nutritional information is gone. This is a lot thinner. Ooh, it's a lot thinner than a normal Arizona can, because this is where we are currently at. So I'm going to be cutting off the parts that are not aesthetic, that I don't care about, and then refining the edges. And then I'll straighten it out, and that'll be a full piece. Also, this is taking longer than I thought, so sorry if this gets pretty boring. Also, don't have the best recording equipment, but c'est la vie. There you go. I also have, beyond the line of just the color for the nutritional information, is usually this no preservatives, no artificial flavor, contest winner, design, copyright. I don't care. It's not aesthetic. Not a vibe! Off it goes, and there I go, biting my lip. Really try to do a straight line with this amateur home project. Put away the stabby bits. Now we have the appropriate circumference. Just gotta finish up these edges. Now the flattening process that I did for the other panel, which still wasn't perfectly flat, is essentially, I won't be able to show it on this video too well, but I take like you would the corner of a desk. You need a, oh, this is horrible noises. Give me a table edge, something like that, and then I take the edge in this can and I roll it backwards across it, like when you're trying to take a crease out of something, except I'm taking the curve out of this. Now, I don't have to do that because I have all these ones stored up this way, curled up, just kind of around one of my other cans usually for storage. But as you can see, this stack of them, you can smush them down. It's a lot less storage space for the ongoing project, which is really the priority right now because I have too many art projects. Good lord, the amount of noise this takes. I gave warning earlier. I should probably have better scissors, and I know lots of crafters who, if they see this, they may just be cringing the whole time because, Lord BB, what is you doing? But my best. Yeah, I'm going to fix up the top edge, but really the rest is actually going a lot better. A lot of times when I have to set these aside and then like I come back to it, this has been a long time since I've done a previous can, I will just completely forget what I'm doing and just butcher them, and they'll just look awful. So I am really pleased with myself. I just did another little curly spiral there, but it's just like a hair size, so I won't recut that line. Noisy. Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. So help me. You know, I think to myself, as I do a tutorial, realize what I'm doing wrong more. I should probably flatten these more before I do the final edges. Make my life a lot easier. So, don't do like I do. I'm gonna curl this back on itself just a little bit. I'm not gonna go the full table edge right now because I don't know, it's out of frame. I don't want to move my laptop around right now. A lot of stuff nearby. But here you have it. A Cherry 9 Mickey panel. Isn't that neat?